Yep, Pikachu is still dancing, trying to bring us some happiness because we're about to look over who's going to get rich off the Uber IPO. Don't tell anyone, but it's not going to be us. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and yeah, Uber's IPO is today. And we got to talk about who's going to get rich off of it. Will they? Will they get? Well, yeah, of course they're going to get rich because if you're an initial investor in Uber, your shares are worth millions. I'm kind of just curious to see who's going to like sell them right away, but some people don't exactly know who's going to be really benefiting from the IPO. Who's pushing Uber to really make the money? And well, before we begin, let's look at this. Uber has officially priced its IPO at $45 per share. So if any of you are going to buy Uber today, that's how much it's going to cost you potentially. I'm not going to buy until it's like less than $30 because I think it's going to get there. But let's look at this big article. Who's getting rich when Uber, Slack, and other unicorns go public? And we might actually touch on some of the other companies too because why the heck not? It's just kind of one of those days. So here's Uber. The biggest beneficiary to Uber is going to be SoftBank Vision Fund, an investment arm of the Japanese conglomerate. They've also invested in Lyft, I believe. They've also invested in Postmates, DoorDash. To my knowledge, is off. The value of each stake in Uber is based on IPO share price of $45. So yeah, actually this was pretty accurate because this article went up like a week ago. The next company that's going to make a lot of money is Benchmark. They stand to gain $6.8 billion. They're a venture capital firm. Then Travis Kalanick, the former CEO and co-founder of Uber, he's going to gain $5.3 billion. Now, here's an interesting story. I actually read that Travis Kalanick asked to be on the stage when the Uber bells rung and they were being sold for the first time. He wanted to be up there with his dad. And Dara Khosrowshahi pretty much rejected that. Nope, you're a liability. You still create problems for us, so you're going to have to be on the floor, which is where he's going to be. But Kalanick personally will gain $5.3 billion if he decides to sell everything. That's how much the shares will be worth. And by the way, all of this could easily change because if it goes below $45, they could definitely lose some money too. Garrett Camp, the co-founder, he's going to be worth $3.7 billion. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, the Sovereign Wealth Fund, $3.3 billion. Who's that? Well, this is who that is. The people who beheaded these 37 people, yeah, they're going to be gaining billions of dollars from the Uber IPO. Happy yet? Then GV, a venture capital arm of Alphabet, aka Google, will gain $3.2 billion. By the way, I expect Google to sell their shares right away. And then after that, you get to Dara Khosrowshahi. He's going to get $8.8 million. That's his bonus for making the company go public. Who else? By the way, Lyft. Here's who benefited from Lyft. $2.3 billion at Rakuten, a Japanese e-commerce firm. $1.3 billion Fidelity, financial firm. I actually buy stocks from them sometimes. Irony. $1.3 billion General Motors. This is why their self-driving cars is on the Lyft platform. Andreessen Horowitz, a venture capital firm, going to gain $1.1 billion. Capital G, $924 million. Another investment firm of Alphabet, Google's parent company. Logan Green, the co-founder and CEO, he's going to personally get $603 million. I don't know why I read it that way. Yeah, Lyft is definitely not worth as much as Uber, at least on paper. And John Zimmer, $416 million. And Floodgate, and Mura a co-founder of Floodgate, was one of the first investors in Lyft when it went by its original name, Zimride. She's going to get $111 million. And Valerie Jarrett, former advisor to President Barack Obama, and the reason Roseanne got canceled, is going to gain about $478,000. And you have Pinterest, which maybe we could talk about this, or Zoom. Interesting companies. Slack. I actually like Slack. I don't know why it's worth anything. But these are the people who are going to be making the billions and millions of dollars that the drivers are not, even though the drivers built the companies. Now, granted, some of you might say, well, these people put in their money, and yeah, that's true. I don't want to act like they didn't do nothing, but, the drivers built the service. They're what made people come back. These guys just put an obscene amount of money into a company that never turned a profit, will probably never turn a profit. And yeah, there you have it. Nah, Now then, there is one more thing I want to point out before we end this, because this, I'm kind of in a weird place right now, because I just came off the high of the strike, and my sickness is starting to flare up again, so it's actually really hard to speak without coughing. And I don't know if I really have any words for these things. I don't. It's just, yeah, what do you expect, really? I mean, you put the money in, you get the return on the investment. I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with that per se. It's just, boy, look at these numbers. You still feel good about your $100, $500 bonuses you got? Look, I know some of you could definitely use the money, and yeah, it's always nice to get an extra $500 to $1,000 in your Uber account. But look at what they're raking in, and it's like, I think you guys did more for this company than these guys ever did. Really. Are you cheering me up yet, Pikachu? Please, I wish you would cheer me up. But here's a little positive thing, and by the way, I kind of want to focus on this rather than how much money these billionaires are going to get, because you know what? They invest, they cash out. That's just how it works. But let's look at the stock that lifted. Look at this extremely low dip over here. $52.90. This is the lowest the stock has ever been. This low stock happened on the day of the strike. Now, granted, the day before, they also revealed that they lost $1.1 billion. So, you know, there's that. But look at that. I think that's the strike at work. I do think the drivers are hurting the companies. It did go back up a little bit, but it's on the decline again. So, yeah, the original investors, they'll get rich, including these jerks, of course. But at the end of the day, who knows if it'll hold. I agree with Mark from Uber Hints when he says the reason he believes that they're going public now is because they feel like they have hit the peak and they want to cash out. If this is the peak and the company's still not profitable, then I'm sorry. I mean, start the clock. We have to start having like a betting table. Like, when is Uber going to go out of business? Is it going to be next year? Is it going to be in 3 years? Is it going to be in 10 years? When's Uber going to go out of business? Lyft's too, by the way. I don't know, but I'm not seeing any of this money. You're not seeing any of this money. I'm not going to buy any Uber stock till it gets below 30. And really, that's just so that I can say I have an invested interest in talking about the company. And you know what? Yeah, we're just going to leave it here. I think this speaks for itself. Sorry that today's videos are all so sour. I actually even kind of lost interest in doing them midway through, but whatever. We'll be back. You know, I think I'm going to take Saturday off. I'm going to go see Detective Pikachu again. I just need something fun to watch. But I'll be back Sunday with more videos and a live stream, of course. In the meantime, what do you folks think? Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy the videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, but even this little $1 a month goes a long way, helping the channel run smoothly. Plus, you get access to my exclusive Patreon exclusive blog. Also, if gas prices are getting too high, check out the GetUpside app. You will get cash back on every gas purchase. Check out the Apptrepreneur vlogs. There's going to be new content coming up every week. More so in the coming weeks. I'll explain why at a later date. And check us out on Facebook at the Apptrepreneur Hangouts. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one. Boy, I honestly thought we would hit the 10-minute mark on this one, but just couldn't quite do it. That says all you need to know. Take care.